What's up, everyone? We are live at 5. It is Monday, April 30th. My name is Paul Wontorek.
My name is Ryan Lee Gilbert.
His name is Mr. Matt Rhoda.
That is my name. Hi, everybody.
We are joined by a fantastic guest.
Yes,
who I've been listening to on this new recording.
Bryonha Marie Parham is here to chat with us in a little bit. Yes, very excited.
But first, today's top 5.
Alrighty, so we got casting today for How to Succeed at the Kennedy Center, Ryan.
Yes, so the Kennedy Center is putting up How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. I love this musical.
Fun show.
It's one of my favorites.
I love this casting.
This cast is absolutely nuts. You have Skylar Astin playing Finch, which is genius. You have Betsy Wolfe as Rosemary, and you have Michael Urie reprising his Broadway debut role as Bud Frump, and Nova Payton will be playing Miss Jones. This is directed by Mark Bruni, choreographed by Dennis Jones, all-star team up there, and this will play Kennedy Center's Eisenhower Theater from June 6th to the 10th, so not very long.
This is sort of a continuation of the series where they did Chess and then they did in the Heights.
In the Heights, yep.
Yeah,
and now
DC is there's reasons to go to DC now.
Absolutely, and Michael Urie, of course, will be back on the boards very soon doing Torch Song, but he's spending his summer doing a little How to Succeed
or
business. Or a week. Or a few days.
We found out today that there's a new member of the royal family of Broadway. Paul, who's that?
Who is the royal family? You made it sound like it's
So
actually like it's really a thing.
It's Broadway.com. Yeah,
I wish there was a royal family of Broadway, but it's
Broadway.com.
actually a new William Finn musical that's been in the works almost as long as I've been alive, I think.
Wow.
I've been hearing about this musical forever. Elaine Stritch was in it for a long time.
Oh, okay.
And she's not with us anymore,
No.
but they're doing it up at where? In the Berkshires at Barrington Stage, and now Laura Michelle Kelly is joining the cast. She is very royal. She will be playing the role of Julie, and this is an adaptation of the play The Royal Family, which is about a crazy theatrical family.
Based on the Barrymores,
yes.
Right?
Sure. Or
Yeah,
the
I
Lunts,
believe
or
so,
the
yes.
Fontaines, whoever you want it to be based on.
But I think it's the
Or the, like, who's a contemporary one?
The Sondheim.
The Fosters. It's based on the Fosters. I don't know. And, of course, this is William Finn and Rachel Shankin, who previously did Spelling Bee together. It will start previews June 7th, right before the Tonys. Open June 13th and run through July 7th. This is something fun to do after the Tonys.
In the Berkshires.
This cast is amazing. Though.
Yeah, okay. So Harriet Harris is in it. Will Swenson, Kathy Fitzgerald, Arnie Burton, Chip Zion, Haley Pachun, AJ Shively, and Alan H. Green.
Wow.
And we announced them previously, but the new addition is Laura Michelle Kelly, who recently left the tour
King and I
of
tour.
The King and I.
Mm-hmm.
We are getting another play from across the pond on Broadway. Ryan, what play is that?
The play is written by James Graham. It was nominated for an Olivier Award this past season. It's called Ink. Ink. You know, just, I-N-K.
Is it about newspapers?
Ink. It is about the birth of England's most influential newspaper. It'll transfer to Broadway's Samuel J. Friedman Theater, owned by MTC. In 2019, Rupert Gould, who we love, will be directing.
What did he direct that we like?
American Psycho. I miss it every single day. He will reprising his duties as director, and it's scheduled to begin April 2nd, and it will open on April 24th.
Oh, that
Next
last
year.
week.
I'm confused.
It's gonna open that last week of 2019.
the last
Right,
opening
it's that
of the
last.
season.
Yes.
Oh my God.
What are you confused about?
I thought it was opening a week ago.
No.
It's next April.
It's set in 1969 London, and it basically involves Rupert Murdoch, who purchased a struggling newspaper, The Sun, and then turned it into what we all know as it today. The Sun is
Is
still
Sun the
huge.
newspaper that ran the naked women?
They
The
tend to
naked-
run some tabloidy things. Yeah, I
Okay.
think they also published those photos of Prince Harry when he was a bad boy for a little while before he ended up with Meghan.
You mean when we all fell in love with him?
Precisely.
That's what happened. We also are getting a cast recording for an original. Is that the right terminology? An original Broadway cast recording, or I don't know. People are very fancy about what they like to be called, what they like to call it.
It's called an original Broadway cast.
An OBC.
So I nailed it.
OBCR.
I nailed
Don't
it.
say soundtrack. That's the only
I would never
rule.
say that, but like album,
A
original.
lot
Broadway
of people still say soundtrack.
They
Can
do.
you say
A
cast
lot of
album?
people.
Can you say original Broadway cast
Yeah,
album?
once
This
you're talking more
is an
casually about
OBCR.
it. This
too.
is an OBCR,
Not a
yeah.
soundtrack.
We're getting one for Frozen.
Anyway,
that's
well,
all.
we knew.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
news.
a lot of
That was
build-up.
the news. Yeah, that was the.
Everyone's
Build that up. What is it?
And this is not exactly the most shocking shocking news.
No,
I think we
no.
discussed it previously.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is not shocking.
We have dates.
That there's a recording
No.
of Frozen.
No.
And also not shocking is the record label, Walt Disney Records.
What?
So the digital release date of May 11th. That's really soon.
Very soon.
And the musical's physical album, like when you get the plastic.
This
'Cause some,
beauty.
you know, people send me these and I have no way to play them. But this is
In your
streaming.
car or anything like
No,
that?
there are no slots anywhere in my life
Wow.
anymore. But it's streaming. So, and hopefully that'll be streaming too first. But anyway, people still like the physical.
Absolutely.
Because when you
People,
go
they
to
collect
Target, it's
them.
something to do in the Target
right,
section.
Yeah. And
you
people
know.
collect them.
fun
And
to see.
you never know. Technology.
And the
who
photos
knows?
are nice. I like the photos. Anyway,
It'll probably come out on vinyl,
big
too.
news,
It'll probably
big
come out-
news. Frozen's orchestra of 21 will be expanded to 44 musicians.
They're going to
for
make it
the
sound so lush,
recording.
even more lush.
And then when you go see the show, it won't sound that way. But,
Not quite that way, but they're still busting their butts
but
in
yeah,
the
I mean, it does
orchestra
sound
pit
fabulous.
there. Yeah, absolutely.
But that's
It'll just play
exciting.
the
So it'll be a
tracks now.
big, lush recording.
Yeah.
And that's going to be like some Tony nominations tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tony nominations.
Well, speaking of that, the next story is
Look
you
at-
guys, you and Beth had some Tony nom predictions on the site this weekend. I'd
I
love.
hated doing that, by the way.
Is it so hard to do that?
I
Yeah.
hate doing Tony nomination predictions because I like so many people.
I know,
And
I
then
know.
it's like,
I know you made fun of me
Not
on
everyone-
Friday because I felt a lot of pressure having to pick my cultural list of favorite debuts that I wanted recognized. But now it's
it's very stressful.
very hard.
So I'm sorry if you're not on the list.
But what are the? I mean, there are some things we know are going to happen tomorrow.
Well,
Yeah, there are some.
It's an interesting year. There actually are a lot of weak categories.
Yeah,
this
there's
year
some
for
and or
with
some
musicals,
like
not with
enough-
musical actor.
Right, no,
Although
of course.
lead actor.
Although
in a
lead, there's
musical,
only 5.
There's 5 eligible actors and only 4 will get nominated because it's like a rule they made.
Right.
But you know, best score is extremely light. Best book of a musical. A lot of those
Right.
those kinds of things are kind of light this year. The play, but there's great acting races.
Great. I mean,
There's
yeah,
not
the acting
one,
races are going to be.
There's not
incredible.
one original musical this year. There's not one.
Like just completely
from
written
scratch.
from scratch.
There's
Yeah.
not one show that's from scratch.
You mean like a Come From Away? Like
that's
a
not based.
Memphis?
That's not based on anything. That's
Okay.
not based on
Yeah,
anything.
like a
before.
previous artistic
Right.
property. Yeah.
Right. That's true.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything already had something already like something existing before.
But I'm really excited for some people tomorrow. Some people, yeah, lots of people are going to get
There'll be
some
some
great
surprises,
news
yeah.
tomorrow. And
So
then
here's
there are
what's
always
happening.
surprises.
It's all going down a little after 8:30, so be sure to check out thebroadway.com.
Yep.
And then at 9 a.m., I'm going to be sitting right here in this very spot
talking to some.
with Beth Stevens and Andy Lefkowitz, and we are going to talk about the nominations, and maybe some nominees might be
Yeah.
here. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what
Who
happens.
see? Who will,
Anyway,
yeah.
so tune in on our Facebook page, and then it'll be on the site after.
All right. But tomorrow, very exciting. But that's it for today. I'm done here. This seat's not mine. This seat is for Bryonha. Let me get out of everyone's way here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan.
Get out and stay out, Ryan.
Tell us about today's guest.
I was supposed to say that, but thank you for saying it.
Hailing from Kansas City, Missouri, Bryonha made Broadway take notice in the Kennedy Center revival of Ragtime, then for director Diane Pauls in the Tony-winning revival of Porgy and Bess, and had featured roles in After Midnight and The Book of Mormon. Bryonha has graced major regional theater stages, having played the role of Effie in Dreamgirls twice. She played the voice of the plant in Little Shop of Horrors. I wanted to add like a dramatic pause there. It didn't work as well as I thought. And the beggar woman in Sweeney Todd for Live at Lincoln Center. She most recently has been seen in Candide at Carnegie Hall, that one-night performance. And earlier this season in Prince of Broadway, which has just released an original Broadway cast recording, an OBCR. And that is what she's here to talk about today and more. If you have questions for Bryonha, and I know that you do, leave them in the comment section below, and we'll get to as many as we possibly can. And now, here is Paul and Bryonha.
Oh my God, it's so dramatic.
Yes,
I love
intro.
it. What if you could tell when he really likes the guest because it gets extra jazz.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for coming in.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, this is a nice little treat, a nice little memory of
cute.
your,
She's very
your
cute.
fall show, right?
Yes.
Do you and you've done recordings before,
I have. I only have Porgy and Bess.
right?
And I just had one released, the Bernstein's Mass
Oh.
on Deutsche Grammophon.
Okay.
So other than that, though, this is only my second Broadway cast album.
Right.
Cast
How exciting.
album. I said album.
See, album
I
works.
said
No, album is
is
okay.
Album
Album is a
passable.
collection of music.
Right. Yeah. We're
Okay,
okay
yes.
with that.
People who think album doesn't mean
soundtrack.
digital, that drives me insane.
Soundtrack is no
Oh.
good. Soundtrack is no good.
Soundtrack is a movie. That's not
Yes,
theater.
because that's why it's a track on the sound on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's not fight. Let's
Yeah.
not fight. I just want to tell you, I have been listening to this a lot.
That's
It's a
wonderful.
beautiful recording.
Thank
And it's
you.
really fun, and it really did a good job of sort of preserving the energy of the show and so many great performances.
It's full of.
I mean, it really is.
amazing
It's like one
talent.
after the next.
Yeah, heavy hitters. No, we're very thankful that we got this.
Yes.
You know, it's
Right,
a
it doesn't
small
always
little show
happen.
that could, and yeah, exactly. Ghostlight Records came through and produced it, and I'm so pleased with the outcome. I think it preserves the performances very nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to hear a little of your "She Loves Me."
Yes.
Yes, that's on here, and your and your Sally Bowles is on here.
Thank God.
Oh my God.
That's how we wake up in the morning.
Oh, really?
No, but I have friends. I have a friend last night who told me that he gets up and listens to Will You Like Me, and then to get ready for the gym, he does cabaret.
You know what? I might wake up. I can at home. I can wake up to a specific song, so I might wake up to cabaret tomorrow.
Just
I'm
try
gonna
it.
I'm
Try
gonna
it,
do
and
I'm
watch
gonna
your
do it.
day
I'm gonna
be
see how
fierce.
alarming it is.
You're welcome, Paul. I just want to say that.
Yeah, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So what was it fun in the recording? When did you guys actually record this?
We did something crazy. We closed the show October 29th, 30th, and the day after we recorded it.
Wow.
So we had a closing night party, which we all were like drinking water at and softly talking, and then we went and recorded it the next day. And
Wow.
it took all day, but the orchestra needed most of that time, and we came in and did one or two takes, and it was finished.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
It
how'd
was
you feel
crazy.
About that? Was that
I didn't even
scary?
have time to feel because it was all happening so fast, and then I left for London that same day. So there was just so much going on.
London for.
My fiance had a show that was being produced over there.
Fabulous.
So yeah, you know, we're all very. It's all very. You know,
You were like, I got to get this recording. I'm going to London.
you get it.
Very glamorous.
I can only do 2 takes. So
Closing night, recording, London, international life. I love
yeah,
it.
it was wonderful. Now we're just at home watching Netflix. So no, we're not. It's
What's
fine.
good on Netflix?
Wild Wild Country.
Oh, I know. I
Have
did
you
that.
watched it?
my
I did it.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my-
How far into
I'm
it
on
are
part
you?
3, and she's going to be
Sheila.
finished tonight.
Sheila's a
Sheila
lot.
is my everything, though. She is my everything.
me
but she
too.
came off too strong. We
Yeah.
won't talk about it, but yes, I'm so into it.
Sheila's a lot.
She's a lot.
So what was it like doing this show? What was it like? You know, what I loved about it is how everyone got their moments.
Yes.
And it was really sort of, it was an interesting show because it was trying to do a lot of things. And it was, it was trying to show off so many different
Yeah,
musicals, but
yeah.
also make it work as its own evening.
Yes.
As a show.
Yes.
So what was it like creating it and being in there and sort of watching everyone have their moments and you having your moments? And
Well, it's sort of, and we always say this, it was a dream come true because you're in the room with Hal Prince. So
Yeah.
you're going, I just cannot believe that he's sitting next to me and making faces at me across the room. Like he's a silly.
what kind of faces would he make?
Just silly. Just if he hated something, you would know. If he loved it, you would know. It's just very clear. But it was amazing because I got to watch, and this is why I love the recording so much, is that I got to watch everybody perform it in the rehearsal studio, and it's just a respect that you have for all of your peers. To be able to watch Tony dance like that.
Yeah,
Even
that's
when
right.
he's marking, you're like, oh, I hate you.
Right.
And just like Emily and the
Skinner.
beats that were coming through, just of her sitting in a chair, and you're like, you're making me cry. I mean, it was just amazing to be able to watch it. And then you lose a bit of that when you get into the space and you're doing
Right.
costume changes and everything.
Yeah.
So this has been nice. Oops, sorry. This has been nice to listen to just because I get to go there again and remember the process of what that was like, of just admiration of each other. So yeah, I miss this very much so, and these people are brilliant souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were some of your go-to cast albums growing up?
Cabaret was one of them.
Okay.
But
Oh.
the Revival with Alan.
Okay, yeah. Natasha Richardson.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. God rest her soul.
Yeah.
I played that out, and I wanted to be Sally Bowles so badly.
Now
so
you're
when
gonna
this,
inspire future Sally Bowles.
thank God, I had a lot of like little brown girls come up to me or send me DMs and Instagram, just saying that it meant so much for them to be able to see me sing these songs on stage. So that was better than anything. You know what I mean? Just to know that what you're doing really matters. It's not just, wearing heels and makeup and getting on stage and belting, So that was really, really cool. But yeah, what was the question?
I don't know.
How Prince?
How fabulous it was. I don't know how great
It was
you
just
were.
so fabulous. I don't even have words
go
for
to
it.
cast albums.
Oh
Cabaret.
yeah. Oh, Kiss Me Kate,
Oh.
the revival.
Okay.
Children
love
of
that.
Eden.
You're big on the 90s
come on,
revivals.
Children of Eden.
Because I didn't get into
Right.
theater until
that's
then,
when you
right?
got into it,
I was
right.
in high school and I started listening to theater and I said, oh my, and it was all the shows that we were doing, so of course I had to.
Yeah.
And Kiss Me Kate, huge. I would love to play
That'd be fun.
Lily.
Uh-huh.
Is that her name? Lily.
And beyond, yeah. She has two names.
She has two names.
That's so confusing.
Fred and Lily, and then
That's
then
Kiss
the
Me
other.
Kate.
I love Kiss Me Kate.
Lily
Thank
Vanessa.
you.
Am I making that
Lily
up?
Vanessa, that's
and then
it.
the character.
I wanna be
whatever
her.
It's a double thing. I don't
It's
know.
a double because
It's
it's a
coming
show
back.
within a
It's
show.
coming
You
back.
get
Well,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's coming back. You'll see it.
Right. I
Kelly
know.
O'Hara.
So
Is she
Kelly
doing
can't
it?
do it. You're up for it. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
because
Throw
when you
your
think
name in
Kelly
the ring.
O'Hara, do you not think Bryonha Marie Parham?
I do.
Thank you.
Where did you grow up?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
you did theater young?
I did theater. I didn't start until high school, which I
Uh-huh.
feel like is old. Most people say they did theater.
Right.
They were singing when they were 3.
Yeah.
I was not.
Uh-huh.
And I started as a freshman in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've done Dreamgirls, what Matt mentioned.
I did Dreamgirls actually 3 times
Oh.
because it was a co-pro. So I did it at, oh Lord, the Fulton Theater and Maine State Theater, and then 2 years later at North Shore.
Did you like playing Effie?
I love it, but ooh, it's tiring.
Would you want to do that again?
6 shows a week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, damn right. You demand that.
Effie
6 a
should
week.
not be sung 8 shows a week.
Right.
You know when
They have
anybody-
3
Isn't
in
that how
London
they're
now.
doing it in London
They have
now?
3 in London.
They have
They're
3
mixing it
Effies.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You have to. You
Yeah.
have to. It's a lot. But I know Marisha's over there and she's doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
And she does do it 8 shows a week. But I can't.
Oh, she does?
I'm pretty sure she does.
That
Mr.
is
Wallace,
maybe
everybody.
there
She
might-
was here on
Does she do
Live
8 shows a week?
8 a week?
Look, I'm
I
saying
don't know.
she
We'll
is.
start that rumor.
Yes, she's that fierce. You're welcome.
But you would consider doing that again on a reduced schedule.
It's amazing. But no one tells you, like, once you're out of right before, and I'm telling you that lead up from the fight,
Yeah.
and then there's a whole nother fight at a heavy. It's like
Yeah.
so much,
Yeah.
and emotionally, I remember just wanting to pass out about halfway through, and I'm telling you, like, oh, I'm not gonna make it, Lord, carry me.
You
You
never
know?
passed out, did you?
No,
That-
but there were days when I really thought I was going
Oh
to.
my God.
That would have been amazing, but no, it didn't happen.
If there was YouTube footage, it'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you're doing intimate apparel.
You heard right, Paul.
Oh, well, intimate apparel. I love that play so much.
It's an amazing play,
Fantastic.
and I love Lynn Nottage.
Yeah, and Lynn Nottage is she working on the musical version?
Yes, she's
It's like
doing
an
It's
adaptation.
an opera version,
Ooh.
and I know it's been clunking around for a little while because I have friends who saw it in LA.
Oh, okay.
So, but this is a workshop, and it's a joint co-pro thing between Lincoln Center and the Met.
Oh.
So I've done some Lincoln Center things, and they had my name in the works. And Ricky Ian Gordon
Gordon wrote it. Yeah.
came to see Prince of Broadway, and I think it was the showboat sequence of where he decided that I could probably do some opera. So
Yes.
he approached me about it, and we sang through some stuff, and it was like, yes, I'm going to do that. Why would I not work with him? He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing. So
That sounds pretty powerful. That sounds
yeah,
like that could be good
I'm
stuff.
looking forward to it. It's hard, but it's good.
Hard is good. As long as it's 6 shows a week. Hey, Mr. Matt Rhoda.
Good
Hey,
night.
what?
Do you have any questions to share?
Yeah, there's a couple here.
Okay.
Let's start from Alec. He wants to know, what is your favorite Hal Prince show?
It's cabaret. That's easy for me.
Yeah.
I feel
Everything, you know how everything's full circle. This came out, and I just said, "Oh my God, this is crazy," because I was belting this when I was in 5th grade, and then I auditioned for Worlds of Fun, which is an amusement park in Kansas City. I didn't get it, but I
I'm sorry.
auditioned. No, it's fine. We're fine. But I auditioned for this
Who's
theme
laughing
park.
now?
I am. Sorry, the theme park. The audition was cabaret. I did cabaret.
Oh.
And it's always been, the song has always been with me. The show has always been with me. It's just, it never made any sense. But then Hal Prince said it would make sense. And so it makes sense now. So
Thank you, Hal Prince.
Cabaret
Thank
is
you,
my
Hal
is my
Prince.
favorite.
Michael says, you were stunning in Prince of Broadway, doing
Thank
so
you,
many
Michael.
fabulous ladies of music theater. What's your dream role
Besides Sally Bowles.
besides Effie White?
I think I would love. Well, can we do plays?
Sure.
I want to do Fences.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gorge.
I want to be Viola Davis. Like
Me too.
Or anything like her would be ideal.
Oh.
But
Can
I
you
love.
turn on the tears like she can?
Oh, I can. Just you have to give me like 60 seconds, but yes, I can. Oh, I can get real sad, but then I can also do joyous tears,
Happy tears.
happy tears. You get it.
David wants to know, which role did you not book but are ready to tackle now?
Oh, that's very specific.
I try to forget those.
Move on.
Gosh, what did I not book? No, I didn't mean it like that.
She books things.
It's like I book.
You've done 5
everything.
Broadway shows.
I have done 5 Broadway shows, but I didn't book Sister Act. That was like the first thing that I ever auditioned for in New York City, and I didn't book Dolores. But out of that, Telsey started to know me, and they
That's
put
what
me in
happens.
Porgy and Bess. So yeah, and it was like so completely different because that's a completely different style. But the fact that they were open to me singing and going over to this sort of opera sound. But yeah, I didn't book that, but I think I would be ready for it now.
I would like to see you sing Fabulous.
Yeah, come
Baby.
on.
That
love
would be
that.
so
Look
fun.
at me. I
Yeah,
love
I mean
that
it's
song.
it's a lot of movement and dancing in a habit, but I could do it. I could do it. There's other things too that I sometimes think, thank God that didn't happen.
That's how it works.
You know
though.
what I mean?
You know what I mean? You don't get something, and then like 6 months later, you're like, thank God I didn't get that
Right.
because I wouldn't have been able to do this, and
Yes.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Jesus Christ Superstar, I didn't book that, and I mean I think I could. Actually, I don't know that I could have tackled that. Those kids were dancing.
Dancing.
They were dancing, and it just made me tired watching them. But they were so wonderful. They were wonderful.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good question. Caitlin wants to know if you could attend the opening night of one of Hal's shows.
Oh, besides
what
Cabaret.
would it be? Besides Cabaret.
Did he do Lucille Ball? Did she do Mame?
Yeah.
Is that a Hal Prince show?
No.
Bye. But if I could go to Maine, I would love that.
Okay.
Because I love Lucille Ball.
No,
Okay.
she did the movie.
She did the
The movie premiere. You could go to the movie premiere. It was a big bomb.
Yes, change the. Oh well.
Yeah, well, but I'm
But
sure
the
she's
party was
fabulous. She
probably
would have been there.
wonderful. Yes. I don't. Well, we love an Evita. We love a Patty.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
We do love that.
Just anything where there's a singing diva, I would be interested. I would be very interested.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Elise wants to know, who is your dream co-star?
Oh.
Josh Henry.
Oh, there you
That's a
go.
good one.
Yeah.
But he was my co-star in Porgy and Bess. But I
Yeah.
want to, if I could be his love interest, not because he's handsome, okay, but
and
because
big arms.
But also that.
that it helps. But also, Josh, you know Josh?
Yeah.
He's such a sweetie pie, and
Yeah.
he gets so into the work and the process.
know.
I just think it would be really. I would learn so much about myself as an actor, working with him. He's somebody who's my peer who I would really love to work with.
Love that.
Yeah.
Cool. I love
Great.
that.
Yeah.
David wants to know, how do Japanese audiences differ from American audiences?
So this show started in Japan, everybody.
Yes, this show started in Japan.
It was different. I mean, it went on. That was a couple
It was
years
very
before.
different. Yeah. We had voiceover that was all in Japanese.
Oh my God.
So the little blurbs that we came out and said with the glasses on our heads
Yes.
were all in Japanese by this famous Japanese voiceover artist.
Yeah.
And
You didn't have to mouth
they
them,
didn't
did you?
kn-
Like-
no,
like
God,
lip-sync
no.
Japanese.
No.
That would have been amazing.
No, but it was very different. They did not really, there were subtitles on the sides of the stage, so they kind of followed, but they didn't really know what we were saying.
Yeah.
They only just reacted to what was happening in front of them, and they were wonderful. They were very respectful. They don't talk. They don't sing. Here,
They talk and they sing. Yeah.
very loudly.
Yeah, they sing.
One day and we also had animal singing, okay? Because one day we
What?
had a service dog in the audience, and poor Kaylee Kaylee was singing Wishing,
Yeah.
and she starts singing the high notes, and the dog just goes off
Oh my God, that's amazing.
for like half the song.
Oh.
That's a long time to be
Oh,
competing with a
wow.
dog. So it was pretty funny. But so that was very different. Our audiences are very lively here. But it was so wonderful coming here because, you know, people just have this appreciation for Hal
Yeah.
and his music that is wonderful, and it gives you that energy. That was
Yeah.
the thing in Japan. You never really knew how things landed. So you
Right.
just, I hope this is funny. I think
Right.
this is funny.
Right.
But they are so respectful that they don't make any sounds. And then at the end of the show, iPads, cameras come out, phones, everything comes out.
Technology out.
There's something that says, bring your iPad out now, or bring whatever. And people love to take photos with iPads, which I don't understand. But all of it comes out and while you're
You
bowing.
mean like when mom picks up the iPad and takes
Yes,
pictures like
yes,
that?
it's like that.
Okay.
So they were very respectful, but then at the end, they were ready to take film, pictures, whatever they could.
It's interesting because I'm like, was there a history of Hal's work in Japan? Like, do you know what I mean? Did they have like?
They really respect him, and they love musical theater, and they love artists. So like we would get presents all the time. We would get lunch bought for us on
I
show
remember
days.
seeing a lot of Emily Skinner's like fan gifts.
Yes.
Like, on social media.
Dolls.
Like they would draw
drawings.
dolls and drawings.
I
and-
have this really adorable doll of me that is a little bit scary, but it's wonderful. And no, but it's amazing. And you're like, I can't believe someone liked this enough
Yeah.
to come back
Make a
and
doll.
Yes, and make a doll
They
for
made a
you.
doll for
The
you.
funny thing was we would have people repeat. So people saw the show 9, 15, 20 times. And when they would come back, they would get my autograph, and I would autograph a picture of me signing my autograph to another thing. It's like, there's so many levels of this. Please
Like,
make
this is
this
very
stop.
meta.
Yes,
Something
yes.
is I'm like losing myself in here.
This is real right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
George wants to know, what advice would you give your younger self now with all your theater experience?
Be patient.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you come here right out of college, you're like, I'm gonna blow up. I'm
Right.
gonna be a huge star.
Right.
And no one tells you it's not. Well, no one told me it wasn't. And then time happened and life happened, and I realized, okay, this is gonna take time. I've got to build a career. I've got to build a name. I mean, I came out of Prince of Broadway, and people go, "Where have you been?
Right.
Where have you been? What have you been doing?" And I was like, "If you just look at this resume, I have been working, but it's slowly just building
Yeah.
a following and a name for yourself, and studying the craft." So I would say, to my younger self, take it seriously, be disciplined, and be patient. Because it wasn't until I started getting very disciplined, right around Porgy and Bess time, right after it, that things started to come faster for me. So I'm very grateful now.
And don't forget to track 22, do the work.
Yes,
Do
please.
the work.
Quote Jason Robert Brown's original song.
I love that song.
You guys,
I love that
Can I just
song.
say, when I watch television, everyone says do the work.
Yeah.
Like just off the cuff, it's like, just do the work, you guys. Just do the work. Don't worry about the end result. Like, it's such a thing. And now I hear it because I sang
that
it
sings
8
in
shows a
your
week.
head. Thanks, Jason Robert
Exactly.
Brown.
I love that song.
It's very
I do.
addictive.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is.
And one last
that
question.
man does a tune.
From Shamika. She wants to know,
Shamika.
now that we're seeing more African Americans in classic roles,
Yes.
what typical white roles would you love to do?
Well, you know, I had a call for Oklahoma recently that I didn't go to, but it would have been wonderful.
story.
Scheduling. It didn't work out with
Scheduling, booked and
scheduling.
blessed, booked and blessed.
Hashtag soy blessed. But that would have been a wonderful thing to do. My Fair Lady, Marion and My Fair Lady would be wonderful to do. It's like these shows that I never, ever thought I would
Yeah.
be called in for. And now, you know, my agent sends me the sides and I go, I've never heard My White Knight. I don't know that song. And are we going to keep the words? You know what I mean? Because I'm just like, what's happening? I mean, we can. I'm marrying a white knight. Anyway, but yeah, those are some. I mean, I'd love to do every leading lady role. And also Mrs. Lovett. I would love to do Mrs. Lovett.
Yes. I
Yes,
love
because
that too.
she cray, and I love that.
She cray.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to go.
Yeah, I know.
We have to go.
I know.
Bryonha Marie Parham, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having
Everybody,
me.
listen to the Prince of Broadway album. It's really fantastic. And it's streaming, so if you don't have a slot. and I don't have
Especially
slots,
tracks
then
5 and 9.
There you go. And join us tomorrow morning for the 20 thing.
9 a.m. You're gonna
9
be here.
a.m. I'll be up early.
I'll be sleeping.
Hey,
Henry,
Matt, will you please take us out?
you guys know the deal. We do this live every single weekday at 5 p.m. here on Broadway.com's Facebook page. It comes out on YouTube and Broadway.com and our TV apps, and it's released as a podcast. So if you're a podcast person, you can subscribe to the Live at 5 podcast. That's all we got for you today. Happy Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Shalina Kennedy from Beautiful is coming into the studio to hang out with us. And like Paul said, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. They'll be here live. Lots of surprises there. We will see you then. Happy Monday, everybody. Bye.